Wanda, we want to thank you for joining us today. We're excited that you're joining us again in August for the ICRE, the International CRE Conference in Washington, D.C.
Thank
We
you.
look forward.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having
we're
me.
excited. We look forward to talking today, and we thought we would get to know you a little bit before we get into the serious questions. So I thought maybe you could tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe your educational background and your workforce background.
Sure, absolutely. So I started in the hotel and hospitality industry as a front desk clerk, and at the same time, I was going to Georgia State University, majoring in hospitality and human resources as well. So I ended up doing both there. And then later on, finishing up my grad degree at UNLV, the great UNLV, simply because they have more of a focus on integrated resorts, casino operations, which is where I am, all things casino resort with MGM Resorts. So it was a great way to go with the best school that sets aside the Gaming Institute, Casino Institute, and really get that great knowledge. So I am homegrown in hospitality as well as human resources.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's neat that you had that desire and interest in both aspects of what you're doing at a young age. I find that sometimes those young interests are some of the best indicators of our successes later in life too.
Yes, absolutely.
From your experience now, I understand that you lead the workforce development for the new teams at MGM Resorts globally. And we're wondering, after the last 2 years, hospitality has globally become a little bit more difficult as far as talent recruitment. What do you do differently at MGM to bring the top talent to your hotels?
Sure. So one of the things I remind my HR professionals is this is the Super Bowl for us. This is what we've trained for. This incredible workforce shortage that we're having is requiring us to look at different options, look at different schools, and think about how we can take transferable skills and put them to work in other markets. One of the initiatives that we're working on right now is a program that takes high schoolers straight from a career technical education program and place them to work immediately so that students who have studied, for example, computer science. There are high schools that are teaching computer science to high schoolers for 4 years. They are able to come out and go directly into the workforce. So we haven't courted those students in times past, right? We're always taking computer science students from higher ed, but guess what? Now we can take them from high school. They can work for us. They're trained and ready for those entry level positions. And then we help them pay for their college tuition to build upon that. So we're sourcing people from all different areas, high schools, community colleges, job training programs, even the military. We're just being far more aggressive and fishing in new waters, and we're getting great results.
That's great. Yeah, high school is a great resource. And looking at them coming out of high school and into higher education, how do you think the last 2 years will impact academia and preparing tomorrow's talent for hospitality and tourism?
Sure. I think what we're going to do is just have more people in the funnel filling these seats. We're in partnership with UNLV to help them fill seats. Just like we need employees, they need more students. So if we can go out with them and help them fill the seats, we are the benefactors of those students when they graduate. So I think we're seeing more industry partnerships with higher ed, trying to design the student that we want so that we can hire them. And on day one out of graduation, they're day one, day ready for MGM. So it's those great partnerships where we can share job descriptions and make sure we're building things into the curriculum that the employer actually needs today.
That's great. We are looking forward to having you attend the 2022 Annual International Career Summer Conference with us in August in Washington, D.C. We are honored that you will be our guest and that you've agreed to sit on our panel for the Deans and Directors meeting. Can you share one anticipated takeaway from that meeting?
Yes, I think one anticipated takeaway will be to hear from industry and just listen to the demands and what's coming up next. A lot of times educators are asking us, what's next? How can we prepare our students so that they can be the top? So we are prepared to share all of that great information at this conference, let you know what we're looking for, let you know how to elevate your programs so that you're graduating top talent that we are simply just fighting over. So I anticipate that people will listen to what we have to say and maybe make some tweaks to their fall classes that are coming up, just based on what the employer is seeing and the trends. So looking forward to sharing all of that great data with you.
We're looking forward to having you, and thank you so much for your contributions to hospitality and tourism industry and the support you bring to education. We thank you for chatting with us today, and we look forward to seeing you in August.
I will be there with bells on or pineapples. Thank you. The pleasure is all mine.